Hey, what's up? Today I want to show you how to make your render look like it's on Mars. And I've got a couple of tricks for doing that. And the first one is the volume. So this is just a cube that covers the scene. To make it look like this, you go into this orange thing, Object Properties, and under Viewport Display, you select Display as Wire. And for this cube, you want this shader, the principled volume shader. And the settings I have here are, okay, so the density is pretty low, it's 0.0005, and this is 0.6. Now the trick here is in the emission, it's set to 0.0001, so it has some emission, and if I turn that off, I'll show you how that looks. It just looks terrible. And it also has a color, which you can just select any color you want, really. So that's how you get a sort of colorful volume. You could do this another way. If you set the emission to 0, you keep the density here, and then you switch the color here. I don't know, I thought this was, it made it look a bit too dark, but you can do either that. So here, you know, it just looks a bit darker. If you use a little bit of emission, it just becomes brighter, and I liked how that looked better. So yeah, you have some options there, but I went for this setting. And yeah, you can also see on this volume, it doesn't cover the entire scene, or it doesn't cover like the tops of these things, because like if you put it too high, in my opinion, it becomes too much. Like you can't see the sky at all. So I would go for something like, you know, like I had it before, something like that. So you get this like kind of dusty stuff, but you can still see the sky. My other tip for this is the background, or the HDRI that I'm using, and it's just a cloudy HDRI that I found on polyhaven.com. But what I've also done is I hooked it up like this. So we have a multiply node. It's called a mixed color node, and then you set it to multiply, set the factor to 1, and the HDRI node goes through a color ramp, and that's if you want to adjust it a little bit, like the contrast. Basically, you can make it really dark or whatever, but that's optional. And then you plug that into the A input, and then the bottom input is like the color you want the sky to be, and I wanted it to be kind of yellow, reddish, but you can make it any color you want. So here it's blue. That looks kind of cool. But yeah, without that, it looks like that. It's white, basically, which that's not how Mars looks. But yeah, those are the 2 tips that I wanted to give you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.